For more on this, let's bring in Florida Congresswoman and member of the Subcommittee on the Weaponization of Federal Government, Cammack. Congresswoman, terrific to see you. Tell us and the viewers what went on today, because the FBI did bring the document over to Capitol Hill, but Congressman Comer, you say not enough. Why?
Well, first and foremost, Congressman Comer has been fighting to get full access to the documentation for the entire Committee for Oversight and Government Reform. That is, in a nutshell, a very simple thing to be done, but yet the FBI has resisted every attempt. So there's only one real explanation, and that is that they're hiding something. So Comer, as the chairman of this committee, should have full access, but they've been giving him a hard time every step of the way. You have to ask yourself, why? I can tell you, as someone on the Weaponization Committee, the difficulties that we have had in dealing with the FBI, they're always seeking to throw up roadblocks. As the constitutional body with oversight capabilities, we have a right and a duty to oversee the activities of these agencies, and the FBI has been throwing up roadblock after roadblock. That's a problem.
So the question is, what can you do about the foot dragging? Because I don't think there's any other word to describe it than that.
Yeah.
Holding the FBI in contempt, Christopher Wray in contempt, is that going to move the needle, or is there another way, therefore, they can then foot drag and we never get to the answer here?
Well, and that's one of the big frustrations that I think all Americans have. Certainly I do as an American, where we seem to investigate a lot, but there never seem to be any consequences. That's changing this Congress. We have the power of oversight, but we also have the power of the purse. So what we are doing is investigating thoroughly, getting all of the evidence collected, making the case, but then also subsequently through the appropriations process, withholding key funds. Out of our office in particular, we're engaging what is called the Fence Act. We're going to be looking at fencing the funds for programmatic issues within these agencies like the DOJ, like the FBI, so that they have to comply with our request for information. Until they do, they're not going to get their money. It's as simple as that. And I know you guys have been talking about this. The FBI is requesting a massive new building, bigger than the Pentagon. I don't know about you, but I don't feel comfortable with the current FBI being rewarded with a brand spanking new building that is bigger than the Pentagon to engage in activities that is effectively the weaponization of the American people.
And Congresswoman Cammack, at every turn, what we found out just about this information, this document on Joe Biden is flying in the face of what, say, Jamie Raskin, Congressman, and other Democrats have said, that the Biden information to the FBI was a pre-existing FBI source who had been used in multiple investigative matters separate from the Biden information, was a highly credible source, consistently reviewed by the FBI. And we're just finding out from David Spunt over on the Fox News channel, despite what Congressman Raskin had said, that a source familiar says that the 1030 investigation never ended with Bill Barr at the Justice Department, and then it was actually was flagged and sent, the 1023 was flagged and sent to U.S. Attorney David Weiss in Delaware.
Yeah, and this is the playbook, right, Dagan? Right. What we have seen is when they don't like something, they seek to discredit it. We saw this through the Weaponization Committee. What we see, whether it's a whistleblower, whether it is a journalist that comes forward, they say, you're not really a journalist. Oh, you're not really a whistleblower. In this case, this informant who has a credible track record of over 10 years and has received over 6 figures in payments from the FBI, which again speaks to the credibility and validity of the information that this person has provided, they are now seeking to discredit that individual. That is the playbook. If they cannot deny the information, then they want to try to cancel the individual bringing forward the information to taint that product. So we've seen this playbook before, but you and I, as well as our viewers back home, know no agency is above the law. The FBI should be about equal justice, should be blind to the political agendas that seem to be driving it to this day. At this point in time, it's rotten to the core. That's why we're doing this oversight. That's why we're doing these investigations. And what's coming out about the Biden family, I almost had to check myself there. It's the entire family that has been corrupted on this entire expedition. election, we have to get to the bottom of it so the American people know that their commander-in-chief is either someone who has been corrupted by foreign governments or not. And so far, the evidence is pointing to the fact that they have.
All right, Congresswoman, stick around. We're going to come back to you in just a second.